But for certain people like the Prime Minister, according to the Constitution of 186, he can't be judged in an ordinary court because he's political. But even though we said that, they kept him in prison for 25 months. After the inauguration of President Preval, there were certain people which they freed, like the Interior Minister, like former Deputy Amanis Mayet. But up until now, they kept Ronald Dauphin in prison because he was less well known. And that's the system of exclusion in Haiti.
Explain how many people haven't been charged who were in prison, how many people were there without trial?
Generally in the Haitian prisons, everybody agrees that there are about 80% of the people are not charged. It is only a few, maybe 10%, which are convicted. And those are waiting in order to be sent to court. And that's supposed to be done in 3 months, and he's been waiting 6 years. He's never been judged. In all the prisons, 90% are not judged, are not even charged. That's in the system, and that's what I'm telling you. This event, this earthquake, it's justice with getting the people out of jail. The other thing I can say, in Haiti, we have a symbolic. The palace that went down, the Palace of Justice, the Haitian IRS, and the whole power of the state. This was like a message that was sent. Because it wasn't just the people in prison who were suffering injustice, but the poorest in the country, the excluded in the country. This, I think it was a clear message. It was a symbolic thing for the people who are the chiefs in the country and the government to know how to serve the people, to stop the exclusionary system which was there for 200 years.
And yet so many people died, poor Haitians simply died.
Yes, it is true that many of the poorest people, they died. It is true that many people who had good education, directors who also died. But it hit primarily the poorest people because they didn't have good houses, they didn't have good places and security where they lived. The way the earthquake hit, it didn't discriminate. That's a good example for us to look at in Haiti and stop with this exclusionary system. It's true, a lot of poor people were touched by this. But even people with big houses or small houses, everybody's living in the street now. This is why we have to begin in the system of exclusion for everybody to participate in the country's life. And this is the message I would send to the Haitian government, which is always slow to send it to the poorest people.
That was Mario Joseph, Haitian human rights attorney, speaking to us in Port-au-Prince late yesterday. I want to issue a special thanks to my colleagues as we stood together and reported together through these days in Haiti, to Sharif Abdel-Qaddous, to Elizabeth Press, to Kim Ives, who worked with us from Haiti Liberté. Tomorrow we'll bring you a special on the journey from Port-au-Prince to Léogâne, really the epicenter of the earthquake. The question being asked everywhere, if the aid is at the airport, if all of these countries are working so hard to bring in people from search and rescue to water to food, why is it that the Haitian people have largely felt untouched by that support? This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. We'll be back in a minute.
To our office was really hurt.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez.
We end today's show in